All right, it's a beautiful time on television one more time, and very thank you for coming on the show. Again, staying there on the program this morning on ITV. Well, we're so privileged this morning to have the presidential candidates of the NNPP talking about Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso. He's joining us this morning on the show. Sir, you're welcome to this program this morning on ITV.
Thank you very much.
Having you here, and it's a very privilege too.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, we've got days to the election now. As a matter of fact, it's about less than 60 days before the presidential election. And of course, you are one of the candidates of one of the parties, vying for the presidential seat in the country. Now, we want to know what your chances are in the light of what some persons may call scaring posture of some other parties. You have the Labour Party, you have the PDP, and of course, you have the APC. What are your chances?
Thank you very much. Let me start by thanking Almighty God for giving us this opportunity, and also thank the good people of Edo State for the warm reception. We came into the state yesterday, and we have gone to so many towns, villages, and so on. And we are very happy to see for ourselves what is happening on the ground. And in fact, that's why we decided to be going around across the country. Now we have visited all the states in northern Nigeria. In fact, many of them not even twice or even 3 times, more than that. So we are happy. Even here, I came quite a number of times to see our party members and leadership, to see other stakeholders. I'm so happy that I came, and we had some series of meetings also yesterday, and the meetings will continue today. So you see, many people are not conversant with politics. People like my humble self, who has been in the system. 30 years ago, I was Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives during the SDP and NRC days. I was in the Constitutional Conference in 94-95. I was Governor of Kano State 1999 to 2003. I was Minister of Defense and advisor to President on Darfur and Somalia from 2003 to 2007. And 2011, I was in the NDDC, and 2011, again, I contested the election and won, and I went back to Government House in Kano, where I finished my second term in 2015. And 2015, 2019, I won an election to the Senate of the Federal Republic. So we have gone around. In fact, before then, I was in Kano Civil Service for 17 years, where I retired in 1991 as a principal water engineer. And I had an opportunity to go to various institutions, both here and abroad. I was opportuned to go to boarding primary school in those days, of course, craft school, technical school, Kaduna Polytechnic, where I had my OND and HND, and then had my degrees outside the country. I have PhD in civil engineering, where I specialized in water resources, and so on and so forth. So over the years, I was able to learn the rope of politics, and we thank Almighty God.
Yeah,
so you see, going back to your question,
yeah.
I'm happy to say that we believe in NNPP that we have a golden opportunity to win this election. Today, many people are of the opinion, in fact, including INEC. INEC was saying that they believe that it is possible that we have to go for the runoff this year. We don't believe that. Today, if there is election, probably that may be correct. But we still have the number of days you mentioned, about 2 months or less than 2 months. And many things are likely going to happen. And part of what is going to happen is even my visit. Let me tell you, and I think it's a good opportunity to put it on record. Today, in northern Nigeria, we have 19 states and Abuja. Nobody, no candidate, I can tell you that, can compete with NNPP. Where we have issues, and those issues were simply because in the southern part of the country, I personally was not very much well known like people know me in northern Nigeria. And with these visits, with a lot of information, with our manifesto and other things, people are beginning to understand our capacity, our integrity, what we stand for, and so on and so forth. You see, for us, PDP and APC are parties that are dead as far as we are concerned. I was part of formation of the two of them.
You cannot say they are
dead. Absolutely dead.
Parties.
Yes, they are, in fact, let me say, they are dying now. They are dying parties.
But they don't believe that.
That's their business. They may not believe it, but that's the reality. Nobody can tell me that he knows more of PDP or even APC, because I was part of the formation of PDP. In 1998, 99, I was governor in that party, and I held all these positions I mentioned under that particular party. Anyway. Now, and you see, the other party people are talking about it. It's a party that came as a result of some sentiments, ethnic and religious. It's never a national party, and it is going nowhere.
But it seems to be gaining grounds now. I mean, the popularity of this of the parties are referring to.
That's what people think in this part of the country. They're just nothing on the other part of the country.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the economy. Now, you will recall that for an onward of about 7, 8 years now, the economy has gone into recession for almost about 3 times. Now, little wonder, for a candidate like you, what difference do you think you bring on board? And how do you tend to bring those differences as it relates to the Nigerian economy?
Thank you for that question. And that's why we left the APC. I was in the APC. I was part of the formation of APC in 2013-14. I was one of the 5 governors who left PDP because we believe that PDP was going nowhere. And we joined that party, we populated it, we gave the party the cutting edge, but unfortunately today, everybody knows what is happening, and I believe that's, I mean, the sort of thing you are saying, that this country had to go to recession, and in fact many times over the last few years. So we have seen it coming, and that was why we decided that we should form a party that is New Nigeria People's Party. And that party, I believe, is the party that will save this country from what PDP and APC have done, put together in the last 24 years. And I can tell you comfortably that we believe in NNPP. If the status quo should continue, status quo means PDP and APC. If we are allowed to continue, recession is going to be a mild word. What will happen to the economy in this country?
Now, when you say the status quo, you are part of the status quo too.
Yeah,
in
look,
PDP.
You see, in 1998, when we were forming PDP, we are just, what we had in mind was to kick out the military. There was nothing like ideology. There is nothing like even commitment to the country or anything. It's just to let the military go. And when we succeeded, we started seeing our differences. And over the years, that was why we felt that system was not working. And we had to go for the APC. And APC proves to be even worse than PDP itself. And the only answer for us was to get a better and more progressive party that can save this country and give opportunity to politicians of like minds, to give opportunity for the masses of this country who have been suffering over the status quo, over the system that is on the ground today. Okay. So we are very happy with the progress that we are making. This party has been registered for about 20 years, or even more than 20 years. But today, in fact, in the last 9 months, when we joined it, now it became a household name in this country. You may not like NNPP, even when many people are working to ensure that the name is not allowed to go up. But all the same, we in the party know our strength. We have seen many opinion polls where people will come with fake figures. People are shameless. They will come and tell lies, all sorts of things. And this is part of the system. That's a part of the problem that we have in this country. People don't want to be upright. People at any given time will want to tell lies. It's not only people in government, even in other spheres of life.
All right, Doctor, because of time now. Now, let's look at some very recent political developments. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has endorsed the candidates of Labour Party, Dr. Peter Obi. And of course, we also have a chieftain, a political chieftain in the south here, Edwin Clark, also endorsing him. Then Samuel Otom has also just kind of endorsed him too. Now, does this concern your candidacy? Is it a major source of concern to you?
It is never a concern, not at all. You see, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has been my leader at least since 2003 when he appointed me Minister of Defense. And in my culture, anybody who gives you a piece of color, never go into war with him. And I read the letter. I believe that NNPP was deliberately excluded there because I don't think he can compare his candidate with me in terms of all the criteria, all the indices you can think of, in terms of qualification, in terms of capacity, in terms of offices held over the years, and the performance. You cannot continue to compare with that. But anyway, he compared them, him with other candidates in PDP, and which is okay. So, and I can tell you, today is not a matter of endorsement. Everybody, the masses, the people in this country have their eyes opened. They are looking for a way out. Nobody will tell anybody, voters that have been seen across the country, that they should go this way. They have no the answers. They know us. They know everybody in the system.
Yeah, but
and over the years,
we are looking at history. Some politicians say that anytime Olusegun Obasanjo endorses any candidate, he wins.
I don't believe. I think this time around there was a mistake somewhere, because I told you this party was based, as far as we are concerned, on ethnic sentiment and with religious coloration, and I'm not surprised with the people endorsing, and that will not sell. Look, I was in the Constitutional Conference in 1994-95. We had the privilege of drafting the 1999 Constitution, and it was deliberate, and even 1979 Constitution, that a candidate must get 25% in 2/3 of the country. So if the entire South decides to vote for you, you cannot be president. And also if the entire North, with 19 states, decided to vote for you, you cannot be president. Because to avoid what is happening, these are things that we saw. That one day somebody will come and say, look, my tribe has never done. Look, my religion is this. Forgetting so many things. Some will say, oh, North is living. If you look at 24 years, how many years do we have president from the North? 10 years. How many do you have from the South? 14 years. But people are making all sorts of noise. And some of us are in politics, particularly me. I'm not there because of my, I'm a Hausa man. No. I'm not there because of my religion. No. But I am in the politics because I believe that I have all what it takes to prove to everybody in this country, based on our track record over the years, which nobody can dispute.
All right, Doctor. Now, I know you may not be comfortable with this question, but I have to ask it now. The issue of collapsing your structure, I mean, it's heightened by the day in the Rumour space. Some persons say that with time you collapse your structure into the PDP. Now, if you do that, do you think that's the best thing to do?
Some will say we are collapsing into PDP. Some will say collapsing into APC. Some will say collapsing into Labour. That is absolute nonsense. absolute nonsense. We believe in our party, in NNPP, that we are going to win this election. And if the worst happens, we will come up with the highest number of votes because we have so many advantages to believe that we are going to do that. So even if no party among the four, whatever number, is able to get the required percentage, we believe that we are going to be number one. Because you see, people living in these sort of cozy places and so on, they don't know what is happening on the ground. Nobody today in this country can go and say, I own the voters. Especially in northern Nigeria, in many occasions we have seen them deciding who becomes the president because they will stay there and they are not under anybody.
Okay. Now,
so they will be on their own. It's like virus. They will stand and say, this is our position. Yeah, so all those people, you see, is a wishful thinking. Yeah. I was in APC, I left it. I was in PDP, I left it. And the reasons have not changed. And now we are winning. How can I go and collapse my structure? To collapse for who? Okay, where is the candidate? Now, look, I told you, and let me repeat it again. Yeah. If today, because this politics, I'm not doing it just because I want to be president, I want to be, no. I am doing it because I believe we have the capacity to change the status quo.
Now, we believe that you've been meeting the people of Edo State. I mean, you've been campaigning. What would you want to say here that the average Edo person should expect from you as the president, if eventually you be?
Excellent. Now, you see, I believe that our party has got the best manifesto ever in the history of this country. We have a 152-page blueprint, as we call it. We have documented all the issues that are bedeviling in this country, and we came up with a solution.
What is the crux of your manifesto?
Now, first and foremost now is the issue of unity. Secondly, the issue of security, even though they go together. And in the security, being the former Minister of Defense and former advisor to President on Darfur and Somalia, we looked at the situation on the ground. And, you know, as a result of that, I had opportunities to look at security situations in Africa and even beyond. So we came up with ways that we believe can sort out the issue. One, we have the issue of number of military personnel. We have about 250,000 now. We, going by the United Nations figures or ratio that we have seen, the military versus the population, we believe that we need about...
because of time now, because our time is so limited.
Yes, but please, just I need some seconds.
Okay, I'll give you 2 seconds.
Yes. We also we are going to increase the military and other security agencies in terms of number. We will make sure that we have adequate personnel. We train them and retrain them, use the modern technology and so on and so forth.
All right, Doctor.
And education, I want to say under our government, we are going to have free JAMB, free NECO, free WAEC, because the sons and daughters of the poor, in our opinion, must go to school. Right. And we are going to build at least 500,000 classrooms for out-of-school children in this country.
Okay. All right, Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso, we want to say a very big thank you for finding time to join us on the program this morning on ITV, and I hope that when we call again, you'll find time to join us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, so we'll be speaking with Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso, the presidential candidate of NNPP in the next election. That's going to be some few days from now, less than 60 days as we prepare for the election. The program is still this morning on ITV, so stay tuned now for other segments.